function, Professor K.P. Sudhir, to please enlighten the gathering on entrepreneurial opportunities on food processing. He would be joining us online. Professor Sudhir started his career as a scientist in Agro Processing Division in ICMR Bhopal. He also had a PhD in agricultural engineering and he did his postdoctorate from Belgium. With more than 2 decades of service as a teacher, researcher, and a scientist, he now heads the Agri-Business Incubator, Department of Agriculture and Center of Excellence in Post-Harvest Technology at College of Agriculture, Thrissur. Having more than 300 publications in his name, numerous accolades, recognitions, and fellowships from various countries, he is no doubt the best person we have found to talk on this important topic. Without wasting much time, let me once again welcome you, sir, on behalf of CIE.
Thank you, CIA. Am I audible?
Yes.
Can I share? I will share my presentation. Please enable me to upload my presentation.
Yes, we are doing that.
Yes. Still it is disabled. Could you please?
One second. Just. Is it okay now?
No, it is showing as disabled. Yes, now it's okay. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir, it is. It is.
Okay. Okay, thank you, CIA and chairman of the session, and also my friend Sushil, and again many of my friends are there, Ahmad Kabir and Preeti, Chandran. Many familiar faces I could see now. Now, thank you for inviting me to address this August group and potential entrepreneurs and who are listening online and offline this program. And today I will be focusing on what are the business opportunities through new ventures or new ventures in food processing, which can be used as a potential startup in agri or food sector, mainly in food sector. So I am heading this agri-business incubation unit of Kerala Agriculture University for the last 5 years. And we are almost through agri-business incubation unit, nearly 40 plus startups are coming almost on an average every year in our state. And majority are in the field of food processing, almost 80%, and the rest are in the agriculture sector, like agriculture mechanization, then in the raw material production units, and some are in business mobile apps, so IoT and robotics. So, but 80% of them are mainly focusing on food processing ventures. So the importance of MSME sector already told by my earlier speaker, that majority, that means it was the general statement itself, it is showing the importance, what is our, so almost 33% of the GDP is from the MSME sector. And we are not going to the statistics at this time, because I would like to enter directly into the topic. And the main point is actually 50% of the export is from the contributing from the MSME sector, and it is employing almost 110 million people. And that it shows the importance of the MSME sector. And the major role which our universities or business incubators or the capacity building program like MSME institutes in Kerala, everyone is focusing, because though we are contributing much to the GDP, 24% only present in the organized sector, and the remaining 76 is in the unorganized sector. So it is our duty to enhance to brought this 76 percentage of the unorganized sector groups or clusters into the organized sector by equipping them sometimes maybe with the new technologies, sometimes maybe with the marketing technology, sometimes it may be packaging technology. So accounting system, whatever is the lacuna with this unorganized sector, we need to inculcate that capacity building, means through capacity building program, and we need to bring them into the organized sector. So that is what each and every stakeholder is doing that duty, whether it is SAUs or ICR Institute or CSIR Institute or Ministry of Food Processing or district industry centers. Everyone, Krishi Vigyan Kendras, all involved in the supply chain are taking their best effort to bring this unorganized sector into the organized sector by enhancing their capacity building. It could be, as I mentioned, it could be in any of these aspects, packaging, food safety issues, and sometimes it may be because of marketing and branding issues. So whatever is this lacuna, then we need to address them and we need to brought under the organized sector through the capacity program. So today's focus, as we were mentioning, it is on food processing. What are the new ventures we can, probable ventures by which new startups can come, or new entrepreneurs can, or new budding entrepreneurs can choose the new ventures in food processing sector. Naturally, it is a growing area, the food processing entrepreneurship, because each and every kid or even teenagers, everyone is asking to their parents or elder brother or sister, what else other than rice is there today evening or today lunch? So it is our duty to give, being a responsible parent or the responsible elder brother or elder sister, it is our duty to give a healthy alternate to our kids or our own beloved ones. So that is again another trend is population is increasing. Population is increasing. The need of this growing age means the consumers like our teenagers and kids are again diverse interest, and they are always looking for the new products. So the responsibility of the food industry or the R&D institutes or each and everyone involved in the supply chain, it is our duty to feed the consumers with the healthy food. Healthy food, it could be ready to eat products, ready to cook products, snacks, whatever it may be. So that is the responsibility vested on this budding entrepreneurs or established entrepreneurs or the R&D institutes. So that is the huge responsibility, because they are believing on the R&D institute or scientific institutions for the new technologies, which can give a healthy snack or healthy alternate to create a healthy society. So that is importance, and therefore we are looking for new entrepreneurs, or the entrepreneurs, they can switch on or change a slight change in the process line to create a new product or healthy product. So that is what I'm going to explain in this brief time. I don't know whether I'll get enough time or not, but if I am exceeding the time, please remind me. So in our agribusiness incubations unit, actually, we are focusing on not only just mentoring the budding entrepreneurs, not just training, because training and hands-on training is doing by many KVKs and many institutes. But in agribusiness incubation unit, actually, we support them A to Z approach. Okay, whatever they require, we will support. Like sometimes it may be packaging issues, sometimes it's marketing issues, sometimes they may require some DPR preparation or business plan preparation. So we assist them and we handhold them till they start an industry. So even they would like to, they would like to start a product. In that case, if they have something in their idea in mind, they can come with the raw material into our incubation center, and they can take a trial. And they are getting...
ഏർപ്പെടാൻ കഴിയട്ടെ എന്ന് പ്രവർത്തിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് നിർത്തുന്നു. കുറച്ച് പാട്ട് കേൾക്കാം.
What went wrong? Any issues with my mic or?
No, someone from online, so you can just mute.
So please, organizers, you can mute them. Okay, then apart from the training or workshop or hand holding, we assist them. If they have an idea with them, we will we will help them to refine their products, and they can take a trial with us, and they can package, and they can even do the market analysis with the sample products they have produced, and they can, once they get a confidence, okay, when they a confidence, then they can spin off and they can start their own industry. So that is the beauty of this agri business incubation facilities available in Kerala. So I told it is an A to Z approach, means whatever is their issues, we will address them. Otherwise, actually, if someone would like to start an industry, so initially they have to construct a building, then purchase equipments. After purchasing equipment, once they took the trial and then market it, at that time only they will get the feedback whether that product will pass through the or percolate into the society or not, or consumers will accept it or not. So at that time they once they change the product, then again that will be huge loss to the entrepreneur. So at that time, this is the attraction of business incubation facility. If they have something in their mind, they can use the facilities of business incubation center, and once they get a confidence, they can start their own industry. So this is what I meant. If you have an idea, okay, if you have an idea, you can come to agribusiness incubation unit. You can try, you can refine it, you can take trials, and then once you come to the agribusiness incubation center, you will go back with a life. Okay, so being a business incubation unit, naturally, we will focus on mainly a budding entrepreneur. Definitely, you should see that his idea is unique. So whatever is available in the market, something for his product, some unique idea should be there, or it should be something different from the existing product. You should claim something above the product which is available or alternately available in the market. Then naturally there will be a market need. And then if the market need is there, naturally there will be enough people to finance you. That is not an issue. Many venture capitalists or the angel investors are available. So that for that also we will be helping them if they require like that. Then another issue is to, if those who are entering into the startup or means in a business field, definitely you have to ensure a strong supply chain. That is very important. Supply chain means a forward as well as a backward linkage. If your industry is a food processing industry, naturally the backward linkage should be with the raw material supply, packaging material. So whatever is the input into the industry, so you should have a strong relationship with you. And then the forward linkage means naturally wholesalers, retailers, whoever is taking from your product. So if the backward linkage and forward linkage is strong enough, then the risk associated with your industry will be very less. And the last point, you should think about the regulatory compliance. That means FSSAI regulation is very important. For that also, our incubation center is assisting to the entrepreneurs. So to support this business incubation unit, we have different government programs. One is Raftar Agri Business Incubation Program, in which we are providing financial assistance up to 25 lakhs. Okay, up to 25 lakhs we are giving as a grant to start a project, to start an industry, to refine their idea with them, if whatever is the food product with them, and for to refinement of their product, and for if you want to start an industry, up to 25 lakhs is the grant we given through Kerala Agriculture University Agribusiness Incubation Unit. Another product, we have a World Bank funded project that is exclusively on coconut based secondary product, for the value added products from coconut alone, and for its capacity building program. And another program which we have is funded by Ministry of potential entrepreneurs to sharpen their ideas and also to enhance their capacity in the food processing line, whether it could be in packaging or marketing or in the new technologies. If they are doing something, then again refinement of their product. Then recently, we all know the One District One Product program under the PMFM scheme, that is again to enhance or to focus on the micro food processing area, micro food processing sector, One District One Product program, in which we are focusing mainly branding of a particular product and for a particular district. For example, for Calicut, it is the coconut based product. Okay, since it is done in Calicut, I just mentioned about the Calicut. So in Calicut, we are focusing on coconut and coconut based secondary products. Okay, so for that, government is supporting up to 10 lakhs, and for the individual and for the groups or FPO groups up to 35%, and there is no limit. If it is a 2 crores project, then naturally you will get 70 lakhs grant from the central government. And there are many assistance under the PMFM scheme, okay, like up to 10 lakhs for the individuals, and also if it is a SHG, we will give even 40,000 for individual SHG member. So I'm not going into details. Our area is actually to just give an idea of the new technologies, okay. So this is a cross section of the entrepreneurship, entrepreneurs promoted through agribusiness incubation. Out of the 100 numbers, you can see, or percentage wise, 40% has started the private limited companies, and 33 belongs to the partnership company, okay, and then 12% again naturally belong to the startups. And this is the technologies actually available. Some of the technologies, latest technologies available with the agribusiness incubation. I'm not going to explain everything, okay, because we will not get enough time. So some of the technologies available with the business incubation, new ventures or new technologies available in the food processing sector is high pressure processing, which is an alternate to the juice production with the retention of high quality vitamins and flavors and color. Then pulse light technology, this is again another a low temperature process. Then vacuum frying, again another healthy snacks which retain the color and flavor, and the oil can be recycled more than 60 times. Then another without pouch packaging technology, by which we can enhance the shelf life of 1 day or 2 day shelf life product into more than 1 year or more than 6 months, 6 months to 1 year, we can extend the shelf life of such product. Then micro encapsulation is one of the technology by which the spices, oils or juice using vacuum impregnation and hybrid drying combination, that also we have the technology. Then ready to eat food products like kurkure type products we can make out of our raw materials like banana flour or jackfruit flour or any tapioca flour, can be used in combination with nyavara rice or our own Kerala traditional mata rice, or even our jeeragashala or gandhagashala rice can be used. So our own traditional products we can make just like expanded kurkure type products. Then another technology is ozone technology, by which we can reduce the insecticide or pesticide or fungicide in the fresh fruits and vegetable, and thereby we can protect the health of our consumers who are taking or consuming the fresh fruits and vegetable. Just by treating with ozonated water, we can reduce it. Another, as I mentioned, is the vacuum drying or freeze drying or all hybrid drying methods to reduce the dry fruit, to prepare the dry fruits. And another one is 3D food printing. Again, another new area by which the personalized nutrition has come into picture. In that case, we can, for individual persons, we can precisely adjust the protein, carbohydrate and minerals and vitamins, and we can just maintain the quality whatever is required, and the calories can be also adjusted by using 3D food printing, because 3D printing, everyone knows this is 3D food printing. So these are some of the technologies, latest technology which I am going to tell you. You can see in the picture, you can see from the banana, just I am giving an example. Dry fruit banana can be used, and dry fruit banana with honey dip can be prepared. Again, with the chocolate coating we can make, again chocolate and nuts coating we can make. So every step we can add the value of the product. At the same time, the packaging style also will be different. Okay, the packaging cost also will add, and the profits per piece also will be different, and risk associated is also enhancing by the value addition. So this is the trend, the value, so profit will be more, and risk associated also will be more if we are increasing the product value. Okay, that is value addition in each. So just I want to show that one in simple picture. Then another is actually ready to eat or ready to cook product like pastas and noodles can be prepared out of any raw material. Okay, whether it could be jackfruit flour or banana flour or millet flour. Okay, so any raw material, any tapioca flour, any yam, elephant yam or purple yam, anything can be used, and we can prepare the food which is liked by our teenagers or kids. Okay, with the healthy ingredients. Then this yellow color chips which you are saying is not from the raw banana. Okay, from raw banana we will get the yellow color, but from this is from the ripe banana. Okay, from the ripe banana, if you are making, it will change to brown in color. Okay, usually, but by vacuum frying we can get it in yellow, golden yellow color. So that is the beauty of this technology. So this the color retention is there, and also at the same time this oil can be recycled more than 60 times. Okay, the oil will be intact. So this is a vacuum frying technology by which we can again create a healthy society instead of and also the oil absorption will be pretty low compared to the normal fried chips will contain almost 25% the oil, but vacuum fried chips will contain less than 10% oil. So even the cholesterol, those who are having cholesterol issues also, they can consume some amount of chips. Okay, so that is the, and in Agribusiness Incubation Center, actually, we always talk about the, in the business line, if you are selling the banana as such, raw banana, how much they will get. If they are drying and selling, how much they will get. And if they are making in the honey dipped coating, how much they will get. And if they vacuum frying, how much. We will also address the cost benefit ratio for each in the individual product, so that the clients will get an idea how much they will get if from 1 acre, how much will be the banana production or jackfruit production or coconut production, and how much they will get through value addition, and which type of industry is suitable for them. So similarly, we address the issues in the case of, not only in the case of banana, even for the from the jackfruit also we can make different value addition products like a vacuum fried jackfruit, then pastas and noodles. And this is just to show one entrepreneur from our incubation unit has come up with a new product from the jackfruit that is a meat analog. Okay, just like you can see, this is a burger patties can be prepared out of the tender jackfruit, or we can make jack barbecues. Okay, so this is just like a chicken or meat analog we can made out of jackfruit also. Okay, so this is just a classic example I just told, and this is similarly vacuum fried jackfruit can also be prepared, and we also provide such a financial business plan also for each and every commodity. Similarly, from our coconut also, a number of array of products we can produce, like Neera, shelf life extension of Neera, then virgin coconut oil, coconut milk production, and coconut extension of the coconut milk production to beyond 1 year by using retort pouch packaging technology, desiccated coconut like Tool Tenga production, then coconut cream, then coconut jelly, nata de coco preparation, then coconut chips, okay, and different flavored coconut chips, then coconut vinegar, and many more products like toddy powder, means Neera powder we have prepared, and toddy powder also, which can be incorporated along with our appam preparation, means kallappam preparation. So all these possibilities are there, and we have standardized n number of technologies from coconut. So this is not the time to detail all these things. And from pineapple also, the hybrid dried product, you can see the yellow color is retained and the texture is retained by using vacuum impregnation technology. You can just feel the texture as well as color of the dehydrated products. So similarly, we can prepare the dehydrated products from any fruits and vegetable by using hybrid drying technology, and also with the combination of vacuum impregnation technology. And similarly, we have the technologies from millets, then from spices, then as I mentioned, the retort pouch packaging technology, which is an alternate to the canning technology by which we can extend the shelf life of the product beyond 1 year. So we can make out of our chakapulukku or avial or payasam. So if you have any traditional product which has got a shelf life of 1 day, we can extend the shelf life beyond 6 months minimum 6 months we can get it by using retro pouch technology. Okay, this is chakapulukku or kapapulukku we can make out of this one. So any product, any traditional product which we can think about, and you can approach agribusiness incubation unit, and we are there to help you. And even for mini rice milling also we will help them, even mobile rice mills, and which can even starting from 40,000 to up to 1 lakh, means 15 lakhs, we can make a different capacity rice mills. So we will assist them, entrepreneurs, to start a mini rice milling unit also, not the big rice mill. Even for the big rice mills also we can support them. And this is what I told, extruded snacks like kurkure type products, which we can make out of millets, banana flour and jackfruit flour with different shapes. And you can see in the millet extruded product, inside we can fill it with the chocolate. The chocolate which is made, because Kerala Agriculture University has chocolate industry also, chocolate manufacturing unit also, we will fill the core by using the chocolate fill, and we can have an outer material with banana or jackfruit flour based product, or even with the ragi, or means our millet flour also. So such healthy snacks which we can produce, and this is the entire incubation line, the extrusion lines. And this is what the extruded pastas and noodles out of the vegetable. You can see the banana or our moringa leaf powder can be used for healthy pastas and noodles preparation, and even carrot or beetroot can be used. So all these things are the healthy snacks which is otherwise produced out of maida. We can completely avoid this maida, and we can feed our teenage or our kids by using healthy pastas or noodles by giving them. Then this is micro encapsulation technology, by which we can encapsulate the essence of the oils and essential oils of the spices, or with the coconut, as I mentioned, coconut toddy powder or neera powder, or even the banana juice powder, or even jadika, means jadika powder. We can extract it, and then we can encapsulate it, and we can give as a nutraceutical. This is one of the wonderful nutraceutical which we have produced out of the banana pseudostem and horse gram. We all know we were usually consuming this horse gram and banana pseudostem uperi. Means every time we are consuming this banana pseudostem and the mudra extract. So we have prepared an extract out of these two, and with ginger and cardamom flavor or pudina flavor, we have made a powder out of this one, which is one of the excellent product which we can use for kidney stone treatment. So this is such type of nutraceuticals we can always think about it. And if you have an idea, definitely you can approach us. We are there to help you. And this is almost the last slide. This is ozone treatment for the fresh fruits and vegetable cleaning. We can just treat with the fresh fruits and vegetables, and thereby we can reduce the load of insecticide and pesticide. Just like our veggie wash, we can use the ozonated water treatment, which is a highly nascent, this ozone, highly active ozone can be utilized for the degradation of the insecticide and pesticide load, which is associated with the fresh fruits and vegetables. So thereby we can use it. And this is another technology which we can use it for non-thermal processing technologies like pulse light or high pressure processing technology, in which is an alternate to the sterilization or pasteurization process. Because in pasteurization process or sterilization process, juice presently available in the market is safe, because during the high temperature and long time process, the vitamins and colors and flavors will be lost. That is the low quality you can see in the balance. But in the non-thermal processing methods, there will be a better balance between the safety and quality. That means without compromising the quality, the safety is enhanced by using high pressure processing or non-thermal processing like pulse light technology. So we are working on that one. And last one, this is the 3D footprinting technology, which I mentioned. Personal, as I mentioned, for personalized nutrition is coming up in a big way. So if athletes would like to take protein-rich products with a certain quality of minerals, and at the same time they would like to take a breakfast of 50 grams or 60 grams, we can have biscuits or any food items with that limited weight and with the nutritionally rich products. So such materials can be printed by using 3D footprinting technology. You can see some of the 3D food product, printed product, and this is what Kerala Agriculture University Agriculture Incubator is one of the focusing area. Apart from this, we are doing the technology transfer. You can see we have transferred to our technology, many technologies and equipments to many of the industries, and we are also supporting during the capacity building program. And yesterday also we organized one capacity building program, and in this month again we have one more. So we are regularly conducting capacity building program, and if they want a business plan or DPR preparation to submit in the bankable project form, that also we assist them. Okay, so this is those who would like to read something on the entrepreneurship development or the latest technologies in horticulture processing. Of course, the books are available online. You can buy it if you are those who would like to read it. Okay, it is available. You can also purchase it online. One is entrepreneurship and skill development in horticulture processing, and another book is entrepreneurship development in food processing sector. One is exclusively on fruits and vegetable and coconut, and the second one is other than the horticulture products like rice, meat, milk, pulses, oil seeds, everything. So those who would like to read much more about the entrepreneurship opportunities in food processing sector and its equipments, how to prepare a business plan, DPR, everything is available in these books. Okay, those who are, because I have no time to explain each and every technology, and how to maintain the safety and quality in the food industry is also mentioned in my another two books, that is on safety and quality in the food supply chain, which is available again. You can, if you are interested, those who are interested, definitely you can just Google it, and it is also available online. You can buy it if you are interested. So let me conclude. So Agribusiness Incubator is a technology hub for the budding entrepreneurs. Okay, not only budding entrepreneurs, those who are into entrepreneurs, you can come here and you can sharpen your technologies and refine your technology. And if there is a scope for changing the process line and to make it how to make a versatile technology, that is also versatile process line, that also you can just think and you can have a discussion, and that is possible. And we also act as a catalyst, the establishment of entrepreneurial ventures, and also act as a linkage between the entrepreneurs and the knowledge partners, key investors, and facilitators. So this is in total what is Agribusiness Incubation Unit of Kerala Agriculture University. So thank you once again, CII, for inviting and also just showcasing what is happening in Kerala Agriculture University for the budding entrepreneurs. And you can come here and you can experience, and you can also find a way with Agribusiness Incubation Facility. So thank you on behalf of Kerala Agriculture University, and I thank once again on behalf of me as well as on behalf of Kerala Agribusiness Incubation Unit and Kerala Agriculture University. So thank you once again. So let me sharing, and I am open for discussion. If you have any queries, you can ask me, or at the end, it's up to the organizers.
Yes, we have one query over here, so I'll just pass on the mic.
You are not audible to me.
Good morning, sir. My name is Sheen.
Yes, Shane. Yes, I can hear you.
Thank
Please.
you. Thank you, first of all, for this wonderful session. I had a question. Some years back, a friend of ours wanted a solution for his dairy farm, and I had designed a hydroponic system for him. But it was mostly according to what I got to understand online, and with the limited resources that we have. So now over the years I've been thinking and also reading and going through a lot of articles connected with hydroponics. So I was just thinking, if I need to fine tune it, removing whatever flaws there are in it, in that system, and also to commercialize it, what kind of support can your organization give and help me in this?
Sure. Please contact me, and I will share my contact number in the chat box. Okay? Or you can contact Sushil, or the organizer will give you my contact number. Okay? I don't know whether if I am giving my contact number in the chat box, will you be able to see?
Yes.
Otherwise, you can.
I think I'll take it from Mr. Sushil. And,
Yes. We can assist you. Okay. Okay.
Thank you,
you.
sir. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you, sir, for those wonderful insights on this technology. Yeah, one more question, sir. 1 second.
Hello. കേൾക്കാമോ?
യെസ്, കേൾക്കാം, പറഞ്ഞോളൂ.
എൻ്റെ ഹരിഹരൻ ഉണ്ണി.
യെസ്.
ഞാൻ ഇന്നലെ സാറിൻ്റെ അതിൽ ഇൻക്യുബേറ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ളൊരു പാലക്കാട് ജില്ലയിൽ നെല്ലായ പഞ്ചായത്തിൽ ഒരു കപ്പെയിൻസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ജോവിറ്റ ആൻഡ് ഫ്രൂട്ടാറിച്ച് എന്നുള്ള ബ്രാൻഡിൽ പ്രേമദാസൻ പുള്ളി എടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ അതിൽ കണ്ടൊരു പ്രശ്നം എന്താ വെച്ചാൽ ഹി ഹാസ് ഡൺ എൻ എക്സലൻറ്റ് വർക്ക്. നല്ല പ്രോഡക്റ്റ്സാണ് ബനാനയിൽ നിന്ന് വന്നിട്ടുള്ളത്. അതിൽ നൂഡിൽസിന് ഇപ്പോൾ ആൾറെഡി ബനാന പൗഡറും ബനാന റൈസ് മിക്സ് എല്ലാം ഉണ്ട്. പക്ഷേ അദ്ദേഹം 2013 തുടങ്ങിയ പ്രോജക്റ്റാണ്. എക്സലൻറ്റ് പ്രോഡക്ട്സ്, ബട്ട് ഹീ ഈസ് എൻ അട്ടർ ഫെയിലിയർ ഇൻ മാർക്കറ്റിംഗ്. അപ്പോൾ ഇന്നലെ ഞാൻ എന്താ ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത്, ഐ ഹവ് ടേക്കൺ ഓവർ ദാറ്റ് മാർക്കറ്റിംഗ് പാർട്ട് ആൻഡ് ഐ വിൽ ഹെൽപ്പ് ഹിം ടു എക്സ്പാൻഡ്. അപ്പോൾ ഇതിൽ പറയുന്നത് എന്താ വെച്ചാൽ നമ്മൾ എക്സലൻറ്റ് പ്രോഡക്ട്സ് ഉണ്ടാക്കാനുള്ള എല്ലാ ടെക്നോളജിയും കൊടുക്കുമ്പോൾ ഹൗ വിൽ വി ഹെൽപ്പ് ദം ടു make it commercially, marketing, basically marketing and sales. They are, this is one of my experience, so I thought we should find a way to, help them in marketing also. Either a classical example, he has done a fantastic
Yes, thank you. I know Premadasan because he was one of our incubatee, and we only refined his products and we have standardized his product. So, of course, for marketing, for e-marketing, if we want clients, definitely we can also help them to the agents how we can do the online marketing, because in the COVID pandemic situation, I think for the raw material, especially for the banana based product, there is a huge demand if it is a healthy product, healthy alternate. So in that case, definitely if he would like to have a digital marketing, for that we can help them. Otherwise, for the retail and wholesale dealers, naturally he has to find that he has to build that forward linkage, that he has to make it. But if he require for any new methods of marketing, and in that case definitely we can help them. And for the Lulu Connect also we can assist him. Okay, if he want to place the commodity under the in the supermarket like Lulu and all, so of course we can also help him if he require it.
താങ്ക് യു. അപ്പോൾ ഈ കേസിൽ ഞാൻ അതിൻ്റെ ഇന്നലെ പോയിട്ട് ഇതായിട്ടുണ്ട്. കംപ്ലീറ്റ് മാർക്കറ്റിംഗ് നമ്മൾ ചെയ്യാൻ, ബാക്ക് എൻ്റെ ഇനിയും റിസർച്ച് ചെയ്യാൻ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. സോ ഐ വാസ് ടോക്കിംഗ് അബൌട്ട് ജനറലി ഫോർ മെനി അതർ മേ ബി ഫേസിംഗ് ദ സെയിം പ്രോബ്ലം.
അങ്ങനെ ഫേസ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ, അങ്ങനെ ഒരു മേജർ ഇഷ്യൂ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അവർക്ക് നമ്മളെ കൊണ്ട് അഡ്രസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്നത് ഞങ്ങൾ ചെയ്തു കൊടുക്കലുണ്ട്.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the time. We will be we have the number over here, so anyone who wishes to contact you, sir, directly, we will just hand over that number. We would be moving on now. Let me now welcome Engineer T. Ahmad Kabir, Secretary, District Panchayat of Kozhikode. He is also an agricultural engineer with 24 years of experience with Kerala Agricultural Department. His expertise lies in planning, executing and implementation of activities and projects in this sector. Without wasting much time, let me welcome you, sir, to talk on the role of LSGD in entrepreneurship development. Please, sir.
Thank you. A very warm good morning to